Hi players, bonjour from Geneva, my name is Asaf and welcome to my channel Easy Board Games. This video is going to be 90% I want to say everything that I had in UKGE, and maybe I'll share some news at the end of the video. We'll see how it goes. So I'm guessing, I don't know if you can hear it, but my voice is kind of destroyed. I came back 2 days ago, it was, from UKGE. 2 days ago? Yeah, it was 2 days ago. And it was quite an intensive weekend. Not so sure what did I really think about the show itself. I think that after Essen and with no real preparations of what is UKGE really, I was a little bit disappointed about the show itself. It felt like maybe 50% of the show is about board games, like everything that is presented, and then 50% was basically RPGs, which is totally okay, combined with people who are selling dice, random board games, and also some t-shirts and stuff like that. So I think that probably about after a day and a half, I kind of like seen everything that I wanted to see. A day and a half, not full day and a half, because I did some other stuff there as well. But I felt like the show itself kind of like, I don't know. I think that for now, I prefer Essen, but we'll see how it will be this year because Essen is going to be a few months further down the road. So we'll see how it will be over there. So what happened basically? Thursday, sorry, I had to write everything down a bit less professional, but just because I really want to share with you guys a few things. So I arrived there at Thursday evening, went directly from the airport. It's a few seconds shuttle directly from the airport to where the exhibition was. There was some sort of media event. So it was kind of nice of them just to let me inside, even though I didn't have a badge and I totally should have had a badge. Probably this is why, like, it's good to be nice to random people. And immediately over there, I met Paul Grogan and Mark Dainty. Mark Dainty from Not Board Games, Paul Grogan, of course, from Gaming Rules. A few meters into the entrance, so it was super nice. We recognized each other. It was very nice to meet. We talked a little bit over there before we kind of split. I'll circle back to Mark Dainty because I interacted with him a few times more during the convention, with Paul Grogan as well. But really, personally, just like the people that I've met over there and just the atmosphere was absolutely amazing. I really had the time of my life. So over there also, of course, I met with Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. And of course, I met the one person that inspired me to go to UKGE. That's, of course, Adamucha from Weekly Game Night. It was first time that I'm actually meeting him in person. It was absolutely amazing. We actually communicated for the last few months, I'm guessing, over on Facebook, just sending from one person to another some review copies for different games. And also, of course, Adam is the community manager for Glass Cannon Unplugged. So everything that I did for Apex Legends, it's really thanks to him. It was just a click like this. We had a lot of fun together. The media event itself was, in my opinion, so-so, but it might be just because I was already exhausted from the flight and everything. So from there, basically, Alex, Adam, and I just went to find a place to eat. Now, mind you, I don't know, that it probably was a little bit on the later side, and we just went downtown and just walked, I think I think it was about an hour and a half that we're just walking from one place to another just to find out that the kitchen is closed basically everywhere that we went to. It was so frustrating. We're like, you don't have anything, nothing? No, just get some nachos or something like that. We were like, all right, we're out of here. And then at some point we just decided to get some sandwiches from a supermarket and had a beer and call it a day. So that was Thursday, basically. Pretty fun, I must admit. Friday, of course, started earlier, right in the morning. I think I was there already around 9-ish, something like that, knowing that at 11:30, I'm supposed to start demoing Apex Legends for Glass Cannon Unplugged. More about Glass Cannon Unplugged in a few more minutes, but I think that was my time basically to walk around, talk to some publishers, talk to some companies, met awesome people, like for example, Libby from Paverson Games that gave me a copy of one of their games. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. And also some other publishers. Everyone were super nice. I think that the only company that I really wanted to interact with them, but there was absolutely no representative from their part was Leader Games. Uh, can you help me out? Is it Leader Games or Leader Games? Because I'm really not sure until today. But yeah, apparently every time that I went to their booth, and I visit them quite often, every time that person that was supposed to be there was not really there. They didn't have a T-shirt with Leather Games or something like that. So, all right, I gave it my best shot, but that was the one publisher that I wanted to contact and just wasn't there. So, of course, from Friday basically, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, each day I kind of did some demos for Apex Legends, and I have to tell you something that the team of Glass Cannon Unplugged, it's really just a love at first sight. I felt so good right from the beginning. They really embraced me like one of their own. It was awesome. Just the energy at the booth with Greg, the designer, with Jakub, the one of the managers of the company, with Nicole. Everything was just amazing. Of course, I'm a little bit blanking out about other people's names, but each one of them was just absolutely amazing. It felt really good, and I was very happy to help them demo the game, because I think that Apex Legends in general is a very good game. Just had a great time. So Greg, the developer of the game, was on one table, I was on the other. So we're just looking at each other from time to time, and we're like, oh, you're explaining now the special ability, or you're explaining the line of sight. So I don't know, man. I ended up like this convention with basically just having another family. It was absolutely amazing. The people that are working for Glass Cannon, not only that they're super hardworking, like physically on what they're doing, they're explaining the games that they need to develop and everything. Just personally, it's just awesome bunch of people. If you are going to be in the next convention and they're there, like in Essen, for example, I 100% highly recommend for you just to interact with them. Absolutely lovely people. On top of that, I had some pleasant visitors that came actually to the booth to see me over there. If it's one of the subscribers to the channel, a guy named Alan, a very nice guy, is like, hey Asaf, how are you? I'm Alan. We interacted a few times during the channel. It was really nice to meet this guy. Also, I had some others, but to be honest with you guys, the people that are like immediately going to my mind are this Spanish couple that are living in UK. They have a YouTube channel that is called Bastion Dracar. This is, if someone is watching me and you guys know Spanish, like if Spanish is maybe your mother tongue or something like that, check out their channel. I'm going to attach their YouTube channel down below. They're still growing. They're at the beginning, but the levels of energy that they have in the channel and actually in person was really inspiring. You know, we just talked a little bit, did some photos together. So that was pretty cool. I'm very happy it happened. And just to have some random people coming to me and like, oh man, the videos that you did for this and that game, like really helpful. I'm not going to lie, there were a lot of them, but some of them, yes. And it was, it's such a pleasant feeling for me. And I think this is one of the reasons that I created this channel, is just the fact that, someone will watch my video, will understand the game, will be able to table it. And for me, it's absolutely worth everything. So this is probably the best compliment that I can get. Your video helped me to table this and that game. So for me, it was absolutely amazing. And this is pretty much how the show passed. And on Sunday, on top of that, I helped Mind Clash to actually demo, more like a overview of the game for Revenant. And after Essen from last year, going back, working for Mind Clash or working with them, whatever you want to call it, felt like really going back home. We're already, I already know the team knows me. And I won't lie, I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't have a Voidfall in UKGE, but I think we're going to have some surprises for Essen. I'm really crossing fingers that they're going to have Tricarion over there, because for me, if I will be able to teach people how to play Tricarion live for Mind Clash in Essen, will be such a closure, with how I fell in love with Tricarion, how it quickly went up to like my #1 game of all time. And if I will be able to demo Tricarion for Mind Clash in Essen, it will be absolutely legendary. So I'm crossing fingers for that. Still don't know, but it might happen. So stay tuned for Essen. So now after I telling you everything that I basically had over there, I do want to show you some of the things that I got to cover on the channel. So let's do it a little bit randomly, although I do think that it will be smarter to do it box size. So let's start with the biggest one of the two biggest that I have, to be honest. And this is a game that I've had my eyes on it for a very long time. Battle of the Five Armies, of course, from Ares Games, with the same designers of War of the Ring, which is, of course, you know how much I love this game. When I took this game, basically I had a short meeting. I mean, a meeting in these kind of conventions is not like, all right, have a seat at our table. I mean, it does happen, but much like more rarely. Meeting usually is just like a few minutes next to the stand when the person is trying to answer other people's questions. But I had the pleasure to actually meet Roberto Di Maglio. I really hope that I pronounced his name correctly, and I'm sorry if I didn't. But Roberto is a positive person, a super nice guy. Actually knew who I was just because I did some videos for them for War of the Ring, Aeterna, War of the Ring, the card game. And right now on my table, I'm actually doing a playthrough for Mega Empires the East. So he knew who I was, so it was pretty pleasant and also made things a little bit easier. And the levels of engagement that I already had with Ares Games from Essen is just amazing. Not too many questions. Not that I'm saying that it's wrong for a publisher to ask some questions before just giving away games or something like that, but just the ease of mind. They're like, yeah, for sure. Tell me which games do you want to cover on your channel, and I'll make sure that you can just grab them. For me, because I really wanted to concentrate on Battle of the Five Armies. I don't like to have multiple projects from one company just because I feel it's a little bit more pressuring for me. But this game I had my eyes on for a very long time, for obvious reasons, I'm guessing. And Battle of the Five Armies, I just picked it up at the last day. So again, Roberto, thank you so much for just being nice and pleasant and positive. And I'll dive into it as soon as possible. So that's the first game that I have over here. Let's take another big box that I have. So from Paverson Games, I have over here Luthier, that I know that some of you are pretty excited for it. I mean, the box itself is just beautiful. You know, this is not the deluxe edition or something like that. This is absolutely the retail version, the game in its basics. So Luthier on the table, I have to tell you, even without the deluxe components, this one is a beauty on the table, okay? They had their like a custom-made giant playmat. I'm not so sure if it will come to retail or for sale at some point, but they had a huge, I'll see if I can find a photo and put it on the screen. Absolutely amazing, so impressive. It was huge. So Luthier looks super good on the table, supposed to be a relatively heavy euro. I'm really waiting to dive into this one. Unfortunately, I didn't have maybe the right contact at the time when the game actually went out to a crowdfunding to cover on my channel, but I do have the opportunity right now. Libby from Paverson Games, such a lovely lady. Asaf, no problem. Here's a copy. Here's my mail. If you have any questions, let me know. Just a positive person. We're like finishing talking and she's like, we're going to hug it out. And I'm like, absolutely, we're going to hug it out. And, you know, again, pleasant feelings. So all in all, probably I'm going to repeat it one or two more times, but all in all, the levels of the energy that I had over there were just amazing. So let's move on to another big box. And that is The Last of Us Escape the Dark. So here's the thing. I've heard mixed feelings about this game, okay? Even from some of my peers. Some of them really liked it. Some of them said it was terrible. I never really like to judge the game before I actually try it. This is why I try also when I'm interested in a game in general to only read description and not go too much into commentaries, because you know you have sometimes these ups and downs. 9, like someone is ranking the game 9, one of the best games that I ever played, and then someone will rank it 2. Terrible experience, didn't like it at all. And for some reason, I always found myself more affected by the negative. Like I can read 5 comments of like 8 and above, and I'm like, okay, so it's a nice game. And then someone will write something, rank it 2 or 3, and I'm like, fluff this game. I don't want it. So I feel like I'm much more impacted by the negativity, and I just try to stay away from it. So The Last of Us, of course, just like another game that they have, I think it's called Escape the Dark Tower. Again, I think that's the name. I'm not so sure. I will attach a photo on your screen. But in any case, it has a very unique art style. Interesting, not something definitely that we're seeing in every other game. Very interesting, very unique. I'll see how it goes. In any case, you're going to have some content for this game. This is 100%. And on top of that, on a personal level, after playing this a few times, I'll be happy to do a review as well. So after talking about this, let's talk about another thing that we have over here, and that is SETI. That is, of course, not a new game already. It's crazy, right? This game went, last year, and already, it's old news. But SETI was extremely well received, jumped into the top 100 of BGG in no time. I'm sorry if there is some blur from the light. Jumped into the 100 on top BGG in no time, won an awards. Basically everywhere that you look now, you have like SETI, and they do going to come up with an expansion relatively soon. I think that it will be presented before SN, but I have no real idea. I have no idea. But if I'm already talking about CGE, then I have to tell you that Paul Grogan, before UKGE, he actually invited me to a live event of CGE playing Codenames. I had no idea what it meant at the time, but for me, I felt that if Paul Grogan is inviting you to do something, like, just take it. It can be bad. It's probably going to be fun. Why not? So I went for it, and we actually played a team versus a team. So it was the first time that I'm doing something live, like that. There were like chairs in front of us, like actual audience. And of course it was streamed. I'm not so sure where, but it was, someone assured me of that. So on my team, we had like Paul Grogan, myself, and another content creator called James. And we were like the blue team. Oh man, I should have brought the hat and show it to you. I'll try to show you a photo because it's very cool. And on the red team, we had Stella from Meeple University. We had Adamucha, as I mentioned before, and we had a lovely lady named Ilka. And we just teased each other during the whole live stream. It was super funny. Like, I'm telling Stella, yeah, for sure, you should go with golf. Like when someone actually went the word, I don't know, food 3. And I'm like, golf for sure. And we just had like this banter. It was pretty nice. Such a lovely lady, Stella. In reality, the energy that she has on her channel is 100% the same energy that she has in real life. So, this spicy personality, funny. I don't know. I really liked her. I think she's awesome. So we played, and when we almost finished playing, so actually we were presented with a small goodie. So that's I'm guessing the new edition, like celebrating the 10 years for Codenames. So that's something extra that we received. It was super nice of them. Moving on to another game, and this one I actually had to wait until the very last moment because Mind Clash were, I want to say 99%, if not more, sold out on everything that they brought to UKGE. People were really thirsty for their games. Septima sold out completely. I got one of the 3 last copies of Ironwood that I know had some demand on the channel to review this game. Not to review the game, sorry, just to have some coverage on it. So there you go. It looks beautiful, obviously. It's a Mind Clash game, so I already have some high expectations. 1 to 2 players, which is something that we don't see a lot with Mind Clash, so that will be something new to me to actually take a look. The last game, so everything that you can see right now are games that I've gracefully received from the different publishers. Don't get me wrong, you guys. You see this and it's like, oh, you got some free games, and I'm looking at this, and of course, again, very grateful, but there's a lot of work to put in these videos. So, all right, I think I'll be busy in the next few months. The last game, this is why I was a little bit upset, that there was no representative from Leather Games. is because I really wanted to take this game home with me. So I'll be honest with you guys, okay? You can call me a fanboy. That is totally okay with me. I have absolutely no problem. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Cole Whirl. I think that he's a brilliant designer that has proven himself time after time. I'm not going to tell you that I adore 100% of his games. For example, Root, that is vastly popular. Okay, this game is extremely popular. Wasn't for me. Okay, wasn't for me. I think that more in the teaching side, okay, because what a surprise, in the group of players that I'm situated, I'm the guy that usually explain to people how to play. And for me, just the explanation of Root all the time to new people is a little bit exhausting. That's me, but I do acknowledge that Root is a very good game, very popular game. But other games that this guy did, like, I don't know, John Company 2nd Edition, Pax Pamir 2nd Edition, Arcs, of course, that for me is an amazing game, okay? I know it's very divisive. Some people like it, some people hate it. But in my opinion, Arcs is just... I should also cover Arcs that I have over here in Geneva, not only for how to play, because I would really like to do a review. I already played it a bunch of times. I think I'm ready to take my opinion out there regarding Arcs and see if I'm going to take the heat. So just for you to understand, I'm such a huge fan that I had no idea what this game was all about up until, not even until I bought it, but until Alex Radcliffe saw me with the game and he's like, "Oh, you bought Molly House? That's cool. Well, how do you find the topic of the game?" And I'm like, I've no idea what's the topic of the game. So he's like, "You should read what the game is all about. You know, you just bought it. It only makes sense." And I kind of agreed with him. So now I know what the game is about. But until I bought it, I had no idea what's going on over there. But I saw Cold War and I'm like, I am going to try this game in any case. I also wanted to buy like the metal pieces, but the game cost me £70. And just the metal pieces were like 40 something more. And I'm like, I don't know if, the metal pieces were super nice, okay, but I don't know if I want to pay more than half the price of the base game for something that is cosmetic, of course, even though it's from metal and etc. But this is the one game that I bought over in UKGE, and again, I have a lot to cover over here. So I don't know if I want to actually like wait until the end of the month or just give you the news. I guess I'll just give you the news and find something else to talk about at the end of the month. So today, I actually announced my working place that I'm quitting. I'm quitting my job. Actually, June is going to be my last month at work before packing my stuff from Geneva and going back to France. Just to give it to you, maybe it's not interesting for some of you, but just to give you the idea in general, it was quite some time that I'm not the happiest camper out there when it came to my work. And also, I felt like work is coming in my way to do what I love, okay, which is to do explanatory playthroughs in my channel or do reviews or whatever. And every time that I didn't have time because of work to actually do something regarding board games, I just felt bad. So I decided to take a little bit of control over my life and quit my job. I'm actually trying to sell my apartment now in Paris and to buy another apartment a little bit bigger, somewhere in the Parisian area. And I'll try, you guys. I'll try. Why? This is really the moment that I say it. I think that I'm going to have another video like easy board games, where does it go, or something like that. But I'm going to try, I think, for a little while to do this full time. I don't know what will happen. I don't know how it will be. I don't know if it's actually sustainable or not, or if later I'm going to look for another job. But I feel that I'm ready to give it a try at least, instead of like in a few years say like, oh man, I wished that I would have tried it or something like that. So we'll see how it goes. And I'm guessing that this is a good bunch of games to actually, start this idea with. So regarding what we're going to have a little bit in the near future in Easy Board Games. So as I've said, I'm now actually already done filming. I'm editing the video for Mega Empires. It's a playthrough. It's taking me, a little bit of time, just because, to be honest, I had almost like 3 hours of raw video, okay, which is a lot, and I'm already narrowing down to around, I think, 1 hour and 30 minutes, something like that. I'm still trying to make it shorter, but with this caliber of game, especially when I want to show you really how the game goes and how to do this trading mechanism, doesn't matter, we're not going to go into it. It's going to be on the longer side, but it is there. After that, I want to do how to play for Blasphemous from Ludus Magnus for Alex's channel, Board Game Co. That's still something that I should do. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to receive Nemesis Retaliation pretty soon from Awakened Realms. So that's another game that I would like to cover on my channel. And very quickly after that, I'm going to do Luthier. And we'll see how we go from there. Okay, we'll see. I have so much to cover. And I'm super excited to start this path. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for surviving this video with me until now. I hope that you, I don't know, learned something new, or at least saw something that you like. I hope you enjoy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.